What does it really mean to surrender to God? Now, brothers and sisters, in today's gospel, this is where Jesus heals a leper. And the leper came to him saying, if you choose, you can make me clean. And Jesus stretched out his hand, touched him, saying, I do choose, be made clean. Now, think about the beautiful meaning behind this is that often when we pray, we try to counsel God. Now, when this leper came to Jesus, he totally submitted to him. That's the ultimate faith, is surrender to God's will, not our will, but we're in union with his will, and we still choose out of love of God. If it's your will, let it be done according to thy word. Just like the Virgin Mary said, our Blessed Mother, she said yes in the Annunciation. And in the Lord's Prayer, thy will be done, we are submitting to God's will again. This is not saying that we don't have free will in our lives. This is simply saying we are being in more union with God. And that's why Christ came to earth, was to restore that relationship of not being separate from God, but being in union with him. That's why thy will be done is within the prayer of the Lord's Prayer. That's why many times Jesus even said before he was arrested in the Garden of Gethsemane, he was praying to God of, let this cup pass from me. But he said at the end, let it be done according to thy word. He said, thy will be done. He was just submitting to God of, God, I want this, but if it's according to your will. Now, again, what does it really mean to surrender to God? Again, this happened to me when I used to pray. I used to counsel God. Listen, God, my life is going to be like ABC 1, 2, 3. So again, it's not even prayer to God. You're not even building a relationship. You're not even trusting him. That's not faith. It's just self-talk. You're just talking to yourself the whole time, where there's no total surrender to God's will. If God is omniscient, if God is all-knowing, if God is all-powerful, he knows us better than we know ourselves. But who are we to say that I don't trust God because I want this to happen in my life? I thought I was going to be here in my life, and I'm over here even better than I could ever thought, because God always has a plan for all of us. Now, I wasn't surrendering. It was more out of pride and ego of, God, I want it to be like this. So when we control so much, we clench our fists so tight, where we end up so attached to the outcomes in our lives of how everything will play out. And when it doesn't happen right, we get mad at ourselves, we get hard on ourselves, or we even blame God. However, think about this. This whole time, he's trying to work with us, be in union with us. And that's the point of prayer. That's the point of our faith, to have that total surrender to God's will. He's trying to guide us. He's trying to lead us. However, we walk ourselves into our own ditch, our own rut, and then we blame God, or we question God, or we get really hard on ourselves. So again, what does it really mean to surrender to God?